Hey, what's up, family? So, when God created us, He placed a seed inside of us for us to become. Yes, we can look in the mirror and see that we're fully developed physically. But a lot of us are mature in our thinking, also mature in our ways. Emotionally, we immature. So when the right buttons are pushed, it shows how immature we are, because it would be displayed through our actions. When God created us, He had a plan in mind, according to the blueprint to each one of our lives. Yes, we can say that we are grown individuals because we have our own homes and cars and living on our own, have a decent or phenomenal lifestyle. And because of that, no one can tell us nothing. And because no one can tell us nothing, that's also a reflection of our immature thinking. My point is, let's not miss the train, because we're being moved in a certain direction. And because we are immature spiritually, we can't see what's going on around us physically. We're missing a boat. Just because we are in a season where it seems like we're reaping a harvest, but that does not mean that we have sown the right seed. And the right seed begins spiritually. So if God created us, why not get closer to our Creator so we can further learn why we were created? I have a question. Wouldn't it be nice to operate in your greatest potential? We can do so much more if we actually operate in our greatest potential. We have access to our greatest potential, but that's only in Christ. And because whatever potential of ourselves that we're utilizing on a daily, that has gotten us to a certain point, we're comfortable with that. Wouldn't it be nice to operate in your greatest potential? Can you imagine if we operate in our greatest potential, how impactful, how effective we will be? God created us in His image. God created everything. So we are all creative in that thing He created us to do, but a lot of us don't know what that thing is. And that's because we are so far away from Him. We've gotten attached to outside instead of being focused about the inside. The inside is where we find purpose. The inside is where our greatest potential is. And the only way we'll be able to gain access to that greatest potential is in Christ. And when we make the decision to live for Him, then as we become who He created us to be throughout the process, the more of our greatest potential we have access to. But as long as we're doing it for ourselves, as long as we're doing it just to be seen and not doing it for the right reasons, in which why God created us to utilize it for, we'll always remain where we are, regardless if we grow in our head or not, because we have not grown that seed that he placed inside of us for us to become who he created us to be. So let's go to God and just seek him and start asking questions like, what was I created for? Like, who you created me to be? Like, show me. And start diving in his word and growing in the grace and the knowledge of Jesus Christ, as the word says, and just be committed to doing that. And over time, we'll begin to become who he created us to be, and then we'll be able to do great, phenomenal work that he created us to do in Christ. Operating in our greatest potential, bringing about a shift, a change, and great effectiveness and impact in our world. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace.